Hey everybody, we are back in Proverbs chapter 15 verse 20 today, where it says, "A wise son makes a glad father, but a foolish man despises his mother." A wise son makes a glad father, but a foolish son despises his mother. You know, this is not the kind of advice that gets a lot of traction today, because right now we tend to think of the individual as the focus, and a person's mother or father are just kind of there in the prologue of your story, and it's your job to kind of bust out from them and be your own person. And some of that is true, right? But it's important to know that you are foolish, it says, we'll start at the end, to despise your mother, and we can add your father in that too. If all you've got is disdain for your parents, and we're here leaving aside any kind of abuse or dysfunction or anything like that, and a lot of the things that people claim have been so traumatizing to them, you'll learn to appreciate as you grow older in life. When you look down on your parents as you're foolish, why? Well, at the very, very least, your parents have lived longer than you, and they know you your whole life. And that at sometimes, it's frustrating to have that because they know you better than you know yourself. And they've been through some of the same things. And especially if you have kids, your kids turn out just like you. And so you see them doing things and you want to tell them not to, but you can get frustrated and, I hate my mom and I hate my dad. And especially if you're a young person watching this, you're foolish to despise your mother and father. Listen to what they have to say to you. Well, you have to filter some of it out as applies to your own life as you get older. Yeah, but right now, how much wisdom do you have? None. So pay attention to your mother and father and get what they have as you grow into your own man or your own woman. And now let's go back to the first half of that verse, which says, "A wise son makes a glad father." It's really kind of funny that we can have two attitudes that are different sides of a coin at the same time. One of which is, I hate my parents. The other one is, my parents don't love me enough. So at the same time we're saying we want nothing to do with them, we're saying, I wish that they cared about me more. I wish they loved me more. I wish my dad is proud of me. I wish my mom took the time to love me like she should. Well, Solomon gives us some really practical advice here. And there are all kinds of crazy, dysfunctional situations, as I said, but Solomon gives us a piece of advice here. If you want to make a glad father, live wisely. You want to make your parents proud of you? Do things that will make them proud. Live in such a way that they can be proud of you. Very often we say, I want my parents to be proud of me, and we're off doing every fool thing we can think of that nobody would be proud of. If you're making destructive decisions with your life, if you're bouncing from job to job and relationship to relationship and can't commit, if you're blowing all your money and racking up debt, and your parents aren't proud of you of what you've accomplished, well, you haven't accomplished anything worth being proud of. Or maybe you feel like you're gaining money and gaining status, but you're doing it in a morally awful way, well, they're not going to be proud of you. Be wise if you want to make your parents glad, if you want to make them proud of you. Listen to the wisdom that they've got to give you. Now, parents should not withhold love and pride for their children, but no parent's going to be happy with their kid that's living life in a bad way. So especially around these holidays, as we consider our parents and we can get all bitter and get all angry, why don't you take the time to look at yourself? Because it's very easy to look outward at what they did wrong, and it could be legitimate. But what are you doing in order to build that relationship yourself? Do you want your dad's approval? Do something he'll approve of. Do you want your mom's love? Do something that she can attach affection to. And don't despise them, because it's a foolish thing to do. Learn from them, even learn from their bad example if you must. But love them for at least bringing you into this world, taking good care of you, and sending you out to go be on your own. But don't expect somebody to approve of and be proud of every ridiculous notion that you come up with. You tell them you don't want any advice, I don't want any input, don't tell me how to live my life, but you want to come and show them some ridiculous thing and expect them to be happy about it. Don't do that. A wise son makes a glad father. God bless you all. See you next time.